Most people believe that the most dangerous moment is during the mission. But for many, the hardest phase begins only after the final objective has ended. When the lights of the stage go out, and the power that once turned the world's fate becomes a ghost, they must learn to be anonymous. The transition from being a guardian of secrets to a common citizen is a silent war, fought within the walls of a quiet, empty kitchen. They once moved through these streets like phantoms, possessing knowledge that could bring down empires or start wars with a single whispered word. Now, they wait in line for bread and milk, invisible to the world they once protected, their lethal skills gathering dust in the back of their minds. Time moves differently now. The frantic pulse of the operation is replaced by the slow, agonizing tick of a clock that no longer counts down. Every second is a reminder of the void left behind by the adrenaline. A vacuum that threatens to pull them back into the shadows they left. If you are interested in the complex inner world of intelligence psychology and the human cost of secrecy, please subscribe to join our journey. We explore the stories that history books forget, the psychological footprints of those who guarded the gates of power before returning to the total silence. Your support helps us bring these hidden narratives to light, honoring the silent sacrifices made in the dark corners of our modern world's history. Welcome to the world of the nameless. Let us dive deep into the paradox of the ending, where the hero becomes a ghost in plain sight. They lived many lives under perfect masks. Each identity was a suit of armor designed to shield them, but eventually, it became a heavy prison. When they strip away the aliases and the covers to find their true self, they face a cruel and haunting question. Who am I now? Without a mission to complete or a secret to guard, the silence is no longer a tool of the trade. It becomes a soul's torture. The memory of clandestine meetings and whispers in the dark remains, a vivid contrast to the emptiness of a life that no longer requires lies. Every lie they told was a thread in a tapestry that kept them warm. But now the tapestry is unraveling, leaving them cold and exposed. The emptiness is not just physical, it is a profound lack of purpose that echoes through the halls of their new, quiet and ordinary existence. In those eyes, you can see the ghosts of 1,000 decisions, the weight of lives saved and lost, all hidden behind a calm exterior. They reach out to touch a reality that feels foreign, trying to connect with a world they spent decades observing from a safe, detached distance. The tools of deception are now just relics of a forgotten era, useless souvenirs of a man who no longer officially exists in any records. Stepping back into the light of the real world feels like walking into a blinding storm, where every truth is sharper than any lie ever told. They are learning to live without the adrenaline, finding that the hardest target to track was always the man they saw in the mirror. In a small attic filled with the scent of old paper, they keep the fragments of their glory. Each object is a key to history. There were victories so massive they shifted the borders of nations. Yet these triumphs will never be celebrated in a parade or a textbook. They played the ultimate game of chess with the world's security, moving pieces that ordinary citizens didn't even know existed on the political board. Every sacrifice was calculated, every loss accepted as the price of a peace that the rest of us take for granted every single day. No medals were pinned to their chests. No public thanks were ever offered. Their rewards were found only in the absence of a global disaster. These gatekeepers carry their secrets to the grave, living among us as gentle ghosts who once held the power to change the entire world. The power they once wielded is useless now, unable to solve the simple, gnawing ache of a loneliness that comes from being truly known by nobody. They listen for signals that no longer come, searching for a purpose in the static of a life that has finally become safe and mundane. The fire in their hearth is the only heat left from a life that was once spent in the cold, hard winds of international intrigue. They erase their own history to protect the present, becoming the ultimate unsung heroes who choose anonymity over the fame they rightfully earned. In the end, their greatest achievement is that the world never knew they were there at all, leaving the stage without a single bow. The cruel contrast lies here. They know everything about the world's mechanics, yet they struggle to understand the simple language of a family's love. The laughter of his children sounds distant, like a transmission from a satellite orbiting a planet he can no longer truly hope to visit. A wall of lies, built years ago to keep his family safe, has now become a permanent barrier that prevents any real emotional connection. They learn to love in the silence, guarding the peace of their home with the same quiet intensity they once used to guard their nation. Every gentle gesture is a secret mission, a silent promise to keep the darkness of his past away from the innocence of their future. The distance between these two worlds is measured in the secrets he can never tell and the questions his wife will never dare to ask. He is a stranger in his own house, a man who knows the blueprints of foreign palaces but gets lost in his own living room. Even in marriage, there is a part of him that remains classified, a heart that is locked behind a level of clearance his wife cannot reach. He watches his family from the perimeter of their lives, a sentinel who forgot how to come inside and join the warmth of the fire. The isolation is not a choice anymore, it is a habit. A muscle memory of a man who survived by never letting anyone get too close. He blends in perfectly, a masterpiece of camouflage, but the cost of his invisibility is the slow erosion of his own human identity. He wants to explain, to bridge the gap with words, but the language of truth feels like a foreign tongue he hasn't spoken in decades. The wall is his protection, but it is also his cage, keeping him safe from discovery while keeping him away from the people he loves. He is the ultimate protector, the one who stands in the gap, even when the gap is the very space between him and his dinner table. Their love is a silent frequency, broadcast into a void where they hope, one day, someone might finally hear the man behind the machine. In the absolute stillness of an empty theater, the dance of silence begins. Here, there are no missions, only the raw reflection of the self. He looks into the void and for the first time, he doesn't look away. He is learning to face the ghosts he spent years outrunning. The silence is no longer a weapon or a hiding place. It has become a sanctuary where he can finally lay down his heavy burden. He finds meaning in small, anonymous acts of kindness, discovering a different kind of power in being helpful without being known or recognized. This is a new mission, to be human. It is a quest without a debriefing, where the only objective is to find a sense of peace. Like smoke in the winter air, his past identities are fading, leaving behind the solid reality of a man who just wants to belong. His life is a melody played on the black keys, a complex song of shadows and light that is finally reaching its final, quiet resolution. He is no longer the storm, he is the ripple. Each small action he takes now has a purpose that transcends the violence of his past. Instead of destroying structures of power, he is now building something that will grow long after he is gone. Something quiet and beautiful. He is making peace with the man in the mirror, forgiving the soldier for the choices he had to make to protect the citizens. He walks between two worlds, no longer belonging to the shadows, but not yet fully comfortable in the bright, unforgiving light of the day. The weight is lifting, the secrets are becoming stories, and the stories are slowly being filed away in the cabinet of a forgotten life. In the presence of the infinite, his own secrets seem small. He is just a speck of dust in a universe that doesn't care about clearance. There is a terrifying freedom in being nobody. It is a liberation that costs everything you once were, but gives you back your own soul. This journey is haunting and dark, but it is also deeply human, a testament to the resilience of the spirit even in the deepest silence. Finally, they accept the peace. A retired agent does not need a grand monument or a page in the history books to justify their existence. They exist in the safety of the world they helped to build, finding satisfaction in the simple fact that the world kept moving without them. Silence is not about being forgotten. It is the highest value of a life spent in total devotion to a cause greater than oneself. They are the ordinary neighbors who carry a secret universe inside them. The quiet men who once held the keys to the kingdom of power. The value of their life is not measured in medals, but in the quiet mornings and the peaceful nights they secured for everyone else to enjoy. This is their true legacy, the continuation of life. The silence of the agent is the foundation upon which the world's noise is built. Their internal compass has finally found its true north, leading them away from the chaos of duty and toward the calm of a simple life. They have completed their final mission, to survive the peace. It is the most difficult operation they have ever undertaken. And they have won. Their secret remains safe, buried under the layers of a mundane life. A treasure that they will take with them into the final, eternal darkness. They are the guardians of our sleep, the silent watchmen who stepped down from the tower and vanished into the crowd they once watched over. And it is this very silence, held by those who know too much, that keeps the world turning and the future bright for us all. They have truly returned, from the shadows of power to the beauty of being nameless. Their dance of silence is finally complete. Thank you.